Hey guys, I'm so excited to finally get to talk to you about the movie Cherry. In this movie, Tom Holland showcases his incredible talent that he has. I mean, we all know already he's an amazing actor, but this movie proves it. Now, Cherry is going to be available in select theaters tomorrow, February 26th, and then it will be available on Apple TV Plus on Friday, March 12th. This is one you don't want to miss, guys. I'm excited to give you my spoiler-free review, but before I do, I'd love it if you'd take 1 second to hit that subscribe button. Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. All right, guys, listen, I was completely blown away with Cherry by the time I got to the end of it. My only real issue with this movie is that it takes a little while to get going, and it's also a little discombobulated is the word that I like to use. It's basically 4 movies in one, and it's really long. I mean, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes, I believe, maybe even a little bit longer, and it feels like it's that long. That's the problem with this movie, but really, it's well worth it, especially once you get into it. I think this could have easily worked as a mini series or a limited series, right? Like a 4-episode. They could have dove more into each part of this movie. I understand why they made each section as long as they did, but basically, and you can tell from the trailers, this is about a young man. Tom Holland plays him. They call him, his name is Cherry, and he starts off falling in love with this girl, and then he decides to go into the army when he gets his heart broken, and then when he gets out, he suffers from some really severe PTSD, which turns him into a drug addict, which then turns him into a bank robber because he is trying to get the money to pay for his drug habit. So that's basically where you get in this movie, and that's why there's so many sections. I mean, they literally even have titles, like title screens that pop up, prologue, and then this, and then that, and then even an epilogue. So it's definitely spread out. And like I said, they could have easily made each of these sections, it's like an hour-long episode, and we could have gotten more, and I would have loved to see more of Tom Holland and more of each of these stories really be fleshed out even a little more. However, if they wanted to make this a movie, I think they probably could have cut out 20 minutes, and it would have been better. It would have fit together more. They would have, really worked better. However, I am not complaining. It's a little slow. Like I said, it's a little slow to get going. But man, once you get into it, I was in it. And it's all thanks to Tom Holland. I mean, the script is good. The directing is good. The cinematography is incredible. And the score is fire. I mean, it's really, really good. But, I mean, Tom Holland is the main reason that this works so well. Because he's just so good at what he does. He's absolutely incredible. I mean, when you look in his eyes at certain moments, you can see love, you can see fear, you can see desperation. I mean, he is so good at portraying every step of this man's life that, I mean, he's the reason, like I said, he's the reason that this movie comes out as a positive thing. It's really good. I cannot imagine somebody else in the lead. And with the wrong casting choice, this movie would have been it wouldn't have been as effective, and it wouldn't have worked as well. Tom Holland just absolutely kills it. He's incredible. He deserves all the awards for this movie, and I'm sad that I haven't really seen his name floated around because he definitely deserves to be thought about this award season for Best Actor. I mean, he's absolutely amazing in this movie. Now, you have to be in the right mindset to watch this film. I mean, it touches on trauma and PTSD and drug abuse and the effects of those and mental state of people that are dealing with PTSD and drug addiction. So there are moments that are really hard to watch, which again is a testament to Tom Holland when you're watching this. And you almost have to look away because I felt so much pain for him, for his character. And that says a lot. I mean, it really says a lot about him. Like I said, he completely shines in this. He showcases all of his talent. And he lays it all out there. And when this ends, the first immediate thought in my mind was, damn, he is a good actor. Like, he is amazing. He's incredible. He's still so young. We still have so much more to see from him, which I'm super excited about. And I can't wait. He's just so darn good at what he does. That man, he's good. He's so good. But the movie itself, like I said, so there's different moments all throughout it, and I love war movies. So, like, the war part was one of my favorite parts. It gets a little gory. It gets a little grotesque. I mean, you're seeing what he saw, the horrors of war, right? So be warned going into it that you're going to see that. But it's funny because this movie is like rom-com at the beginning, right? And then you've got a war movie, and then you've got a drug movie, and it's about addiction, and it's like a really deep and powerful part. That's a huge part of it. And then you've got like a heist movie when he's out like being a robber. It's crazy, all the stuff that they put into this one movie. And I think that's where it almost feels a little too ambitious of the Russo brothers to have taken on. Although I will say I totally get where they were going with this. Really, if you were able to cut out about 20 minutes, it would have definitely flown better. It wouldn't have felt as long. Or if they had gone the opposite route and had each one be like a 4-part, hour-long mini-series type thing, that would have been better too. I think those are the best options. And what we got isn't bad. I mean, it's definitely not bad. I give it a 4 out of 5. So it's a really, really good movie. And the cinematography, I mean, just the cinematography during the war part. Oh my gosh. I mean, during all of it, really, in the drug part, when you see when they're inside and it's all dark, and gosh, it's just so good. There's so many moments. When I say the cinematography, there's so many scenes that my brain immediately jumps to. And I can't wait for you guys to see it because it's just so incredible. And like I said, the score, phenomenal. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't seen it nominated for Best Original Score out there, or at least talked about, because it's so good, and they perfectly heighten the emotions of each and every scene. And like I said, I mean, you're dealing with 4 basically totally different movies, different parts of the movie. You know, you've got parts that are in war, you've got parts that are dealing with mental issues and PTSD and stuff like that. But then you've got this like rom-com, romantic, like fall in love movie, and to have a score that perfectly works with each of those sections, man, that is impressive. So listen, like I said, you can't fault the Russo brothers. I adore them. I love them. I think what they tried to do was a little ambitious. They bit off maybe a little bit too much, but it still works overall. Tom Holland is the saving grace of this movie. I mean, with any other actor, I cannot imagine that this would have been pulled off the way that it was pulled off. There's just so much going on and so much to unpack in this movie. But like I said, I give it a 4 out of 5. I highly recommend you watch this movie. Just be warned that you need to be in the right mental state before you check it out, because there is some heavy issues in here, right? I mean, PTSD, it's a real thing. It's something that a lot of soldiers are dealing with, as well as many other people besides soldiers, but it's focusing on them in Cherry. And it's that and drug addiction, something else our country is really struggling with. So there's a lot of real heavy issues. And but man, there's moments that had me crying, and I mean crying towards the end. And it's overall it's a great movie. It's definitely worth watching. Like I said, it comes to select theaters tomorrow, the 26th, and then it will be on Apple TV Plus on March 12th. If you don't have a theater open near you that is playing it, you will be able to watch it on Apple TV Plus. This is worth the cost of Apple TV Plus alone, like by far, you guys. If by the time you've already gotten to this review, you've seen Cherry, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If not, let me know what you're most excited for. Like I said, Tom Holland absolutely crushes it. There's one little CGI thing towards the end that had made me laugh because I thought didn't look good. But other than that, I mean, the cinematography, everything is great. The cinematography, the score is fire. Tom Holland kills it. And it's actually a really super interesting plot and story. It's the story of this man's life. And I think it's gonna hit a lot of people right in the heart and right in the gut, because it hit me in both of those places. But I really, really loved it. I really, really did. All right, guys, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. As always, you can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Mama's Geeky over there. MAMASGEEKY. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys, and I hope when you do see Cherry, you love it.